Good evening. Good evening. My name is Alexander, and I am here to come at you again with more news from Jubielee. Tonight, we do not have Rafaelina, so esta noche no es en español, pero when you are able to replay this, you'll be able to watch it, listen to it in Spanish because Spanish subtítulo es aquí en español después esta after tonight. But we did two shows the other day, and we did a show and then we did a recap, and we just said, you know what, we're just gonna do more about the app, talking about how you can use the app and what you can do. So tonight we are going to talk about some of the problems that this app Jubielee does solve. And some of the personal ways that people have been able to use it. We're also going to discuss just how this presidential election is going to affect your money. You say, well, it's a presidential election. How will that help my money or hurt my money? So if you haven't heard of Project 2025, it's a lot of interesting things that are in that. It's a lot of interesting things that's in that document, but mainly the one that we're going to talk about that affects your money is going to be what they want to do with FDIC. So before we get into that, I'm going to play a quick video. So people ask me about the Jubie Cash again, so I'm going to play a quick video about how to use Jubie Cash, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Now, if you're in the chat room, my guy Los is in the chat, and he will be able to answer any questions that you may have. We have a lot of updates coming up, a lot of things that are happening, and we just want to share it with you. I know that some of our users have been having some issues. We're going to address those and talk about why they're having the issues and things like that. So let me play this quick video. It's going to be about a minute long, and then when I come back, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the show. I won't have you here long, maybe 30 minutes. So let me get into this video.
¿Cómo retiramos sin tarjeta? Número de teléfono. Código. Continuar. Así que tu dinero en mano y todo gracias a Jubielee.
Okay, so what that was let me explain the Jubie Cash to people and how this works. So if you are, for instance, maybe visiting the Dominican Republic or just here without a bank account, if you do not have a bank account, what you're able to do is use what we call the Jubie Cash. You withdraw the money, and it says, well, how do you want to withdraw? You can withdraw it to your bank account, or you can withdraw it for a location pickup. I'm sorry, soon you'll be able to draw it to the Jubie card, but for Jubie Cash, you simply say you want to withdraw it to Jubie Cash. There's two banks that currently participate in this. It's Banreservas and Banco Popular. And what'll happen is you'll get a code, and once you have the code, then you can go to this ATM machine. You go in, you put the code, you put a few more information, things like how much you're receiving, and the money just comes out. So this is good for people who they do not have bank accounts and they want to get money out of the bank. Now, it's also good, and many people understand that a lot of times people have loans, and when you have a loan, many times here in the Dominican Republic, they actually take your debit card. So, before you can actually get to your money, they have your debit card, so you can't go, and so people can't send you money and have it deposited into the bank. So you're either left to try to go and get money through maybe Western Union or some of the other places, or you're just kind of stuck. So that's what this does. It allows you to be able to utilize the service, get the money out of the bank, and do that. So that's the bigger part. But we had three things that we want to talk about in terms of problems that we sought and that we are going to solve. And before I do that, I want to see if Los is in the Los, if you're there and we have any questions. I am on StreamYard, so I may need to open up the YouTube to see the chat. Let me see if I can see the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, Los is there. I see it. All right, so Los, if there are some questions, just reach out to me, and then we'll get that done. So, and he's posting it in Spanish as well. Entonces, in the chat, it's Espanol. Okay, so I was getting into some of the things that we want to talk about, and the first thing is the security. And what we wanted to do in terms of security is there's many times that you want to send money to a friend, or you want to help somebody, or just, I don't know what your reasoning is for wanting to send money. But in this time and age, you know, when you send on some of the other services that are more brick and mortar, and not to just pick out any one of them, but whenever you're going to go pick up money, the person that's sending the money, a lot of the information that they send is put on a receipt. And so your first name, your last name, where you live, all of these things are put on paperwork that if someone is careless and they aren't being a good steward of the receipts and things that they get, they can throw it down. And the next thing you know, that somebody has your name, first name, last name, and they have all your information. And then also, you know, if you're sending money internationally or now, you know, locally or whatever, a lot of people take advantage of certain things, and they, you know, they could plaster your information wherever. And so by what we do is when you send somebody anything, it's done just like social media. The person has your username. Now we have to verify your real information, but the person that you're sending money to, they go by your username. So if your name is your real name is, I don't know, Ronald Isley Jenkins, and you go by RJ, then it's like, okay, RJ sent me money, instead of having sometimes all of that plastered. Ronald, you know, Isley Jenkins sent me, you know, $35. And so a lot of people feel more secure knowing that what they do is secure, and, you know, it can't get out. Another thing that I want to discuss is being blocked. A lot of people that utilize what we're doing is because they're blocked. And so when they're blocked, and I see the someone in the group said, can you show again how to send cash? Yes, I'll show that in just a moment. And this is the Jubie Cash. But a lot of people are blocked by other services, and I went into why people are generally getting blocked, and it's because there's a limit on how much money you can send before financial institutions really need to do a deep dive on who you are, all of your information, to see if that you could possibly be on a politically exposed persons list, PEP, or the blacklist, a not to send money list. And so, you know, I'm not going to pick on anyone, but a lot of these companies, they will allow you to send money to the limit, and then when they start asking the questions, and then a lot of people don't answer the questions, they just block you. Or if they don't like the answers, you know, why are you sending your grandma this money? Well, because, you know, I want to, my grandma. And then they're like, well, that's not good enough. And they'll block you. And then you'll try to appeal and say, well, why are you guys blocking me? I've been sending money for, you know, 5 years, no problem. And they say, well, it's just something that we do, go somewhere else, you know. But what we do is we verify people first. we go through the whole entire KYC process. We do that initially with every user. And so what happens is a lot of people, they don't sign up on our platform because when they see what they have to go through to sign up, and it's not a lot, you just have to let us know who you are so that we can protect you and us as well. So a lot of people, they sign up, and then when they see, wait, I have to give my driver's license, or I've got to verify who I am. Wait a minute, you're going to verify that this is my phone number? You're going to verify that this is my email? No, no thanks. And so we lose a lot of people that way, because quite frankly, a lot of people want to do certain things that's probably not the best thing to be doing when you talk about sending money. So we really lose a lot of potential clients that way simply because of what we do. And I'm going to go to the last part, is data issues and discrepancies. One thing that I personally had an issue with is that if you get something wrong in sending money, then what happens is it won't go through. If you spell a name wrong or put a name backwards, it won't go through. And so now you're stuck with either having to resend it or resend it, yeah, and then wait 4 to 5 days to get your money back. Now, what happens if you don't have that money to resend? Then that kind of, it can put you in a pickle. So we allow the sender and the receiver, or all users, to input their information, because a sender can be a receiver at some point, and a receiver can actually send at some point. But we allow each individual to put in their information. So for instance, I put in my own bank account, I put in my own name or whatever. And so that way, when you send to me, or I'm the sender and I send to you, it goes straight to your bank. No problems, no issues with the name, nothing. It just goes straight to the bank account. You get it fine. I know we have, let's see, la pregunta es a través de mi banco. ¿Cómo puedo enviar dinero en una cuenta de Jubielee? Okay, now I'm going to try this in Spanish. Entonces, le bu payano, tu pregunta es, ¿cómo es o si es posible que tú tienes dinero en tu banco, y tú quieres este dinero en Jubielee? Entonces, transferencia del banco de Jubielee, de su banco de Jubielee. Esa es buena pregunta. Es posible, pero es un poquito diferente. Entonces, ¿cómo tú preparando eso? Si tu banco es en la República Dominicana, es muy fácil. Tú simplemente transferencia este dinero, por ejemplo, Banco Popular, BHD, Santa Cruz, no importa. Tú transfer este dinero en tu cuenta, en la cuenta de nosotros. Y cuando tu transferencia, cuando tu transferencia de dinero para la cuenta de nosotros en República Dominicana, este dinero es en tu cuenta de Jubielee. Entonces, es posible, si tú quieres, por ejemplo, dinero para tu familia en Estados Unidos. Sí, es muy fácil. Tu transferencia de dinero para tu banco de Jubielee y la cuenta de persona en Estados Unidos. Sí, es posible. Es tu pregunta, ¿sí o no? Lo siento si no es correcto. I got Rayshawn Pollard, 7-1 in the house. Thank you for watching, brother. We just talked a little bit, and thank you for coming on and sharing that. I want to make sure that I kind of answer her question. So what she's asking was, I think, again, my Spanish is not the best, but I live here, so I'm gonna continue to get better. But I think she was asking, can you transfer money from the Dominican bank to the Jubielee? And I said, yes. What you can do is you would transfer the money initially from your Dominican bank to Banco Dominicano. You would transfer it to our Dominican account. whether it's BHD, Popular, Reserva, Santa Cruz, no importa. And then that balance or that money would go straight to your Jubilee for you to be able to use in any other way or send it to somebody else or however you wanted to use it. So I hope that I maybe have answered that. Now, somebody asked for me to play the video again. So I'm going to play the video one more time so that you all can see how you do the Jubie Cash. And if you're on our YouTube page, you can check out how to use the app. All of these are here. All of these things are there, rather. And you can easily just go on and get that done. So let me see about bringing up the, I'm going to bring up, and we're still just learning. So bear with me on this. Okay, here it is. I'm going to bring that video up and it's only a minute long. So this time I'm going to try to click it and take myself out of the picture. So let's see if we can bring this up. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this. I'm sure.
¿Cómo retiramos sin tarjeta? Número de teléfono. Continuar. Así que tu dinero en mano y todo gracias a Jubielee.
Alrighty, so yeah, so what you would do is inside of the app, you would go to withdraw, and then once you go to withdraw, then you would go to where do you want to withdraw it to your bank account, to Jubie Cash, and if you say Jubie Cash, that's when you would go through the process of how much you're going to withdraw. Now, the thing about Jubie Cash, there's a few limitations. And I'll tell you what we did to solve those limitations, and we'll get into the future what we're doing of what we're doing. Okay, so while this is a great opportunity for people who don't have bank accounts, we all know that if you live in the Dominican Republic, sometimes ATM machines they just don't have the money. And so what we found, some of the issues are people are not able to take out as much as they want. You're limited to 30,000 pesos in 10,000 increments. So you can take out 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. And so that's a limitation. So that's one of the things that's limited. But what we decided to do, and I'm going to go and grab it while I'm here. I'll play a quick video. But what we decided to do was we have our Jubie card, and on this card, as a matter of fact, I need to get the link. I want to put the link. I'm going to put the link in the. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put this link in the chat. And if you're interested in getting the Jubie card, and what this is here we go, Jubie card sign up form. Okay, I have it. I'm going to put this in the link or put this in the chat. If you're interested in having a prepaid credit card, one of the things about this prepaid card is you can use it anywhere. You can use this card just like any Visa. And if somebody sends you money, instead of them sending it to your wallet or to your bank account, you can have them send it directly to the card. Let me do this. Let me go, and I am going to just show you the card. But in the meantime, another quick item I want to show you is how you would use something that we call request money. and it requests money. You can actually request money from multiple people at one time. You don't have to, let's say you wanted to ask somebody, hey, look, I want to borrow $50. Now, that's difficult to ask somebody to borrow $50. You're like, I really don't want to ask them. But if you were able to ask three people, one person for $15, another person for $15, and then another person for $20, you could ask them all quickly, then it would work better for you. So let me do this. Let me show you how we have made the request money feature something that works a little bit better. So let me play
feature that we think is very innovative. We went to send cash, but now we're going to focus on when you want to request cash. We're going to focus on that. So when you hit request cash, you talk about first how much money you want to request. So let's just say we want to do $100, and let's just say it's for personal. So you have it's for personal here, and then when you select the contact, we have something that we think will help a lot of users. So once you hit select contact, all your contacts come up. So what we want to do now is we have an option to select a contact, or we have an option that we call Jubielee. Now with Jubielee, I said I originally wanted $100, but if I did not want to borrow money from or request money from one person, I could ask this person to send me 25. Then I can ask another person to send me 50. And then I can go and say, I want this person to send me the last 25. And then what'll happen is I hit send request, and now all three people will get that request. And I only had to ask one person. I'm sorry, I only had to ask one time. So in this instance, this is when you don't want to ask one person. You can do multiple at one time. And so once I hit the button,
Su solicitud de ayuda ha sido enviada.
Now I've sent that, and all three people have received a request. And once you can now look at the request. I'm sorry, nope, it's actually under here on the transaction. So you see my request. If I hit the little button, then you see that I've requested this from everybody. So now I requested $25, and then from one user I requested $25 from the other user. Now the other user you see is 2,982. That's because they are in pesos. So that's how many pesos I requested from them, because their system is in pesos. So that's something that we think is a easier way for people. If you need to borrow money and you don't want to just ask one person, you utilize that system, and it will allow you to ask multiple people for that, and that's called the Jubielee. So I'll go back in real quick. I hit the Jubielee, and that opens it up for everybody. But if I just wanted to ask one person, I come off the Jubielee and I just ask one person for it. And
Su solicitud de ayuda ha sido enviada.
So that's how you request money.
Alrighty, so that's how you actually request money, because we have a lot of people who are like, they make phone calls, and I've been there, needing to get money, and the last thing you want to do is to call 5 or 6 people and say, hey, need to borrow $100. And then they tell you, no, man, because right now, and then you say, okay. And then you call somebody else, hey, man, I need to get my tag for my car. Is it possible that I could borrow $100? Well, no, right now I don't have it because you say, okay, thank you. The next person, hey, I need to borrow $100 to get a tag for my car. And then they say, well, I mean, right now, I'm down bad. And then you say, okay. Then you ask the next person, hey, 100. And then you get to the point where you don't really want to, you just say, you got some money, just 5. So I fixed all of that. It's like, if instead of asking one person, you could actually ask 10 of your best friends, hey, can I borrow $10? And so now that $10 adds up. So the $10 adds up, and it's easier because it's so much easier to ask 5 people for $10 than to ask one person for $50. So with that being said, I want to go to the part of the show to talk about, and we got about 4 minutes left in the show, and let me make sure that I didn't miss any questions or any comments. Do we have any questions? Let's see. And I do want to say that Jubie card, definitely the Jubie card, click on that link and get the card. It's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of trouble, and it'll stop you from being limited by what we can do with Jubie Cash. Again, I will say, if you are watching this after tonight, like and subscribe. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. We have a couple of people watching, and it's just because we've just started. And everybody has to start somewhere. I remember when I had my vending machine business, and so I would go and get candy and get it for the different machines. And I remember this guy looked at me and he said, hey, you got to start somewhere. And the young lady I was with, she took offense. So she was like, he don't even know what you're doing. And I said, no, he's right. You got to start somewhere. So I don't get offended when people say things that it may sound harsh, but it's just, he said, hey, you got to start somewhere. So instead of me taking it negatively and saying, hey, man, you don't know anything about me. I've got 5 schools. I've got 10 vending machines. These things bring in thousands of dollars a day. I just, okay. Thank you. Again, thank you. So what I want to get into now is, again, not the fact that, that we're just starting. We don't have a lot of people watching yet, but it's fine. We're going to grow. And, but at this particular moment, with about 2-3 minutes left in the show, Los, do you have anything that you want to get out and say before I get into the closing part about this Project 2025 and how it's going to affect money and things like that? Because I think that's very important. But Los, if you have anything, if not, then I'll talk about it. So I should have had him come on the show. What I'm going to also do is I'm going to, again, next week, we'll get people on and it'll be in Spanish. And so, we want to give our Spanish viewers time to watch it live and work with us. But we do apologize tonight for not having the Spanish speakers on. But let me tell you all briefly, and I want to make sure I get this right. Project 2025, you all know that President-elect Donald Trump is going to take office in January. And there's going to be a lot of changes. And some of these changes, I think, for me, it's going to make it, honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's going to make it a very exciting time for someone in money transfer. I mean, in money. I don't know how, it's just the truth. If you are processing, then you need to be ready because, now get this, I just want to make sure, the Department of Governmental Efficiency, they are creating the Department of Governmental Efficiency that's going to be headed by Elon Musk and a guy by the name of, let me make sure I get this right. What is his name? Vivek Ramansari. Ramansamari. Vivek Ramansamari. I'm not sure, but Elon and Vivek. And they are going to head the Office of Government Efficiency. Now, if you aren't familiar with what efficiency is with Elon Musk, efficiency with Elon Musk is computers, robotics, getting rid of humans. So this is really, if you break it down, this is the let me say it this way: the Department of Government Efficiency and getting rid of people, and letting robots do a lot of the work. So that's part of what that is. Another part is, and you can look this up. FDIC insurance. If you know what FDIC insurance is, that's the Federal Deposit Insurance, right? So if you put in $250,000 in the bank, the government federally insures that $250. So if the bank goes under, if they get robbed, if the money burns, no problem. You are federally insured, so they're going to give you that money. Now, what happens when they say, we no longer guarantee that 250? Who's going to want to put all of their money in the bank? And if that bank closes down, you're just out of luck. Not many people. So like our guy spoke on today, he mentioned that, and we all agree that's going to drop the dollar, because people are going to be like, I'm not investing in that. Now, why would they do that? They're going to do that because it pushes everyone to digital currency, which works with what Elon and Vivek want, digital currency. So with me and this app being digital currency, I'm in a position to say these words: why not grow with this platform? When people get into cryptocurrency and a lot of other things, but now let me say this. I have been working in this platform since January of 2021. It's going to come up on 4 years that I've been doing this. Not an easy thing to get into, not an easy thing to continue. And but we're still here. And there's going to be a lot of changes. And you're going to want to be in control of your money, because, again, we're not going to be able to count on the banks. It's a lot of things you want to be in control of. But one thing I do want to do before ending the show is to say that this is going to be the part where we talk about issues that we're having and issues that we're facing. And again, nothing is perfect. And we know that we have some things that we want to do. And so one of the things that we're having an issue with, and we were having this with Android, where a lot of, not a lot, but some people who were verifying their cards, they would get a loop where they would verify their card or try to make a transaction. They would get the 3D alert from the bank, and the bank says, hey, do you want to make this purchase? And they say, okay, put in this number. If people put in the number, and then it would go into a loop. So we got that fixed so that it doesn't go into a loop. And for the iOS, so here's the problem with the iOS. So when we first started the account with the iOS, it's when I had another app called Going A to B. And Going A to B was a share ride service app that was published under Alex Max Transportation. And so when we did this app, we kept our Apple account. And for 3.5 years, we didn't have a problem. But just last week, Apple said they started blocking the app because they said we needed to update the name, this, that, the other. So we've been trying to update the name, and Apple is not updating the company name. And so we have about 3 major updates. that we need to happen for the iOS. So hopefully Apple will allow us to at least update the app and then get our account information, which is just a change of the name. I've already tried to do it 4 or 5 times. It's just not taking. And Apple have called me, and I've been doing phone tag with Apple. Last time they called me, I was in the mountains and in Puerto Plata, and I didn't have a good signal, so I wasn't able to connect with them. So hopefully we can get this resolved, and things to look forward to next week. We're going to have our be able to tap to pay. We're also working to have the bank accounts for you to be able to actually pay from your bank account. But these things need to be secure and they need to take place. So what I always do is we don't have a lot of people in the room tonight, but we want to do what we normally do, which is a giveaway. So what I'd like to do is, Los, for who all do we have in the room right now, Los? Who else in the room right now? I see Codum 69. Do you have the app? If you have the app, what's your what's your user ID on the app? Because you were mentioning that you want to find out how to send money to yourself. And what I do tonight, and what we could try is to send okay, so here's what we'll do. If you have the app, iOS or Android, if you message, I think you can do a private message. And if you send me just your last 4 of your phone number, then live on the air, we will send you a Jubie Cash, and you can kind of see how it works, how to use it, and you can come back to the replay of the video and type in the chat, I got it, it works. I went and got the money. I just put in the numbers and it worked. So let me see if I can do this private chat. And so here's what we'll do. If you come back, and this is a twofold, so this is for somebody who has watched the show or watched the repeat. We have, is he in the country? Oh, you're right. I didn't know. Are you in the country? Well, yeah. Kodum said that he wanted to send himself money, or send them send money. They wanted to send money to themselves. So I would say, yeah. So what I'll do is we will 2 winners. When you see, and I'll post it, is CODOM69. When we're going to send them, hold on, let me see, Los, I think. Okay, Los. Oh, okay, that's something new. I didn't know that. Okay, we're learning. You can just bring that up like that. You learn something new every day. Wow. So here's what Codum69 said. He had the app since May, trying to learn as much as possible before my wife and I come there next year. So yes, I definitely appreciate it. And again, we're going to be here. We're growing. And I'm just excited. I'm going to put up some other stuff. It's like, put this up, this link. If you're able to click the link in the chat, I'm sorry, click the link, get that card. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to show the Jubie card. So let me play another quick video. I'm going to get the Jubie card and just show you all what the Jubie card looks like. And then we're going to end the show when we make sure that we give that Jubie card. I'm sorry, that Jubie Cash. So let me play this video. And this is just how to easily send money. We're not going to play the whole video, just a few minutes of it.
This is Alex, and I am in the test mode. I'm going to show you how to do a lot of things on the app. So first of all, what we have on the app is we have the ability to send cash, to request cash, to withdraw money from your account. Also, we have pay bills and a couple other functions down here. We're able to go into our chat, add contacts, payment settings, and options. So for this first lesson, I'm going to show how to send cash. When you want to send cash, there's a couple of different ways, a couple of different things you can do. If you have your favorites down here, and I'll show you how to add favorites when we go to the contacts, but you can simply click on the favorite, and there's several options that come up. You can send money, request money, you can have a video call, you can chat with them, or you can have a regular audio call. So if I wanted to say send money, I click the button. Now, if I'm going to put $25, it's going to automatically be calculated in the denomination or the currency of the receiver. So if the receiver has Canadian, it's going to automatically convert to the Canadian dollar. If they have the Colombian peso, it's going to automatically convert to the Colombian peso. So this is determined by the currency of the currency of the receiver. So now you're going to transfer to the receivers. You have a couple of different options. Currently, we have the receiver's wallet, we have location pickup, we have Jubie Cash, and we have their bank account. Soon we'll have crypto, and we'll also have our Jubie card where you can transfer to their credit card. But to transfer to their wallet, very easy. You hit the wallet, and then you have the option of where you want to pay from. You can pay from your wallet. You can pay from the credit cards that you have on file. And soon we'll have the bank accounts. This is why this is here. And once that's available, hopefully next week, which will be the first week of November 2024, then you'll be able to pay with a bank account. The digital wallet, you can pay from Google Pay, Apple Pay, Zelle, and PayPal. For this demonstration, we're going to utilize, let's say we were going to pay from a credit card, and we will, or better yet, let me pay from the wallet just to let that go through. So what happens is you pay from the wallet, you hit proceed, you're able to see that the amount is what you said. The total amount is going to be $25. Now, one thing about doing a digital transfer, it does not cost. So the transfer is going to be free, and they're going to receive the $25, which rounds out to pesos. Now, if I were to pay with the credit card.
All righty. So no, we're not going to get into the whole thing. We did that just the other day. So listen, I do want to thank everybody for joining, and I know the young man is in Augusta, Georgia, and so what we'll do is we can't do the Jubie Cash, but it's one thing I will say that you can do. For those that have Zelle, you can do a Zelle transfer, and it'll go from your Zelle to our Zelle, and from there, the what you send on Zelle is realized in your Jubielee wallet. So you could literally go from Zelle to a Dominican bank account, or Zelle to the Jubie card. Here's the Jubie cards right here. This is the actual, this is a Visa card. You could see it's actual Visa card. That number, block that number, because these are real Visa cards and we're on the internet. So somebody will stop it and I'll have to blur that out. But I will say that if you want it, here it is. You'll have an opportunity to get this card. It's prepaid. It's through the U.S. Bank. And so, again, it's a strong card. And I'm going to put that up one more time while we are getting ready to get out of here. I do, again, appreciate everyone for stopping by. And listen, step by step, that's how I feel, we will grow like we've been doing for the last 4 years, step by step. And I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight. If you leave a comment that you were here at this particular moment at 45 minutes and 12 seconds. If you just leave a comment, then we will definitely try to connect with you in your wallet, or send me or Los a private message with your last four. And we definitely want to put something on your wallet so that you can see how this thing works itself out. So definitely, if you are here right now, Los, I think I wish we could see who exactly was in here. Can we see? I just see that I see the number of live users, but I can't see who or who's in the chat. But nonetheless, we'll definitely work that out. And again, in Augusta, Georgia, I am originally from Atlanta. I was just in Atlanta, was it last week or week before last? Going back home to get a little time in the A and figure out that the cold didn't work too well with me. So listen, thank you guys so much. Believe it or not, it is about 8:46. It's 8:46 in the Dominican Republic. For everyone in the U.S., it's an hour behind because you guys do that fall backwards or spring forward or spring back. I don't know. One of them. You just change the time around. You always messing with stuff. So stop messing with the time. Just let it be what it is. But thank you guys so much. And as my battery saver pops on, letting me know that this battery is going dead, I do thank you guys. Hit the like, subscribe, share with a friend, and allow us to grow. And if you want to come on the show, let us know. We'll talk money. We'll talk everything from, just everything. Again, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 12 years old, never had a job. This is all I've ever done. So I can talk for a long time. I can talk for hours. So I'm forcing myself to get off now. And but when we have more time, I will have more guests on, and we can talk about all types of topics and how this entrepreneur journey has taken me from, not wanting to do it to this is all that I do. We can talk about that as well. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to end this stream and definitely share it. Let people know about the app, and we're definitely looking to grow. Thank you so much, and Jubielee.